Mission.
You know what? I was about to be like really nervous. I was like, I've never
Oh!
realized all of the videos are one
Watermarks on
second.
it.
This is basically what I did.
I heard that music. Scared me a lot.
Okay, cool. So I've got no clue how to take this off. So kind of stuck here.
It's fine.
Oh!
There we go. Right.
Yo,
So we're currently live. I have checked. It looks we look to be streaming right now.
Nice.
yeah, I pulled the stream up on my phone. I can see it.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds there as well. Sounds there.
Yep.
Someone said the link ain't
Sweet.
working. One sec.
Yeah,
I'm just
Leo.
gonna send the link again in the group chat.
Cool.
Where is it? Okay, and just to start off with, I'll have us all introduce ourselves, and obviously I'm Raito 6. This is my channel. We're here. I'm joined by Aero, Aero Sane. I'm joined by. I butchered that, haven't I?
Nah, just give it to it. I'll explain later what it is and how I came up with it because it's funny to me. But
Okay.
man, butchered that.
Yeah, I butchered that. I butchered that.
You all good, man.
I've got my boy Lexio here. Got my
Yo,
boys Suki here. There are some more that will probably come through. This is like a test stream per se, because I wanted to see if the software was good and if it could run on my iPad, because I've got no laptop, guys. Right now I do everything through my iPad, all my drawings, all my editing, everything through iPad. So I just wanted to make sure everything's good. Looks like we've got 5 people watching currently, which is sick. Didn't expect that.
can I just quickly ask a question?
Yeah, go on.
Have I only just learned that your name is not Aero Assassin? Is this?
You're
Am I
fine, bro. I
crazy?
used to think that all the time.
Okay. All right. I'll explain it here. So the name was supposed to be that, but so in the 6th grade, my parents had gotten divorced, right? So when me and my buddy, it was the first day in my new house. I was with my mom at the time, and I invited my buddy over to help me just like chill. First day here, you want to come over, stay over, we just vibe and shit. And oh, my bad, I can't. You know, vibe and
No, it's
stuff.
all right. Go on.
And we were chilling, and he said, "Hey, you want to play Fortnite?" Like, okay, cool. I had never played before, so he was gonna teach me how to play. So I got my Switch and I loaded it up and I downloaded Fortnite. And like, hey, you got to make a username. I'm like, okay, I got to come up with something cool. And being a 6th grade dude, we started coming up with like elements. What would be a cool elemental name? We started with fire names and we can come up with things. So I went to air. Arrow, okay, what would arrow work with? Oh, an assassin. As soon as I entered it, I realized I didn't spell assassin right. And it cost me money to rename it, so I stuck with this. And I'm like, you know what? I played Fortnite for like 6 years going on, like till like I was done with high school. I was playing that, so I'm like, I've had this name for so long. I'm kind of attached to it. Might as well make it my social media handle. And I've gone through and I make it incorrect for every one of my social media handles. But what's good is that no one can take my username because my username is spelled wrong. So it's like that nice security aspect of the username, you know?
It's perfect.
Oh
But
yeah, it's
do you know what? Do you know what the good thing is? Everyone automatically assumes it's Aero Assassin, anyways. That's a good thing.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
at least it's kind of, established
Right.
in a way.
So right. So Aero, you might as well go first. Introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay. Yeah. So my name is Air Assassin. Call me Air. I don't care. But yeah, I do Blue Lock content on YouTube. But I'm not gonna crowd up my intro. You guys better subscribe to these guys. Right? They make good content. Um, if you don't, then I'm disappointed in you. If you do though, you get a thumbs up from me. And yeah, because they make fire content, and they're going to be making some fire content in the future. So if you want to see that stuff, sub to them, get them to 1,000. I mean, like Raito's 200, less than 200 away. Get him to 1,000. Come on. And
Yeah,
Lexio's
man.
starting to make some dedicated Blue Lock stuff, man. Like get him to 1,000. Come on, let's help the community out. So that's all I want. That's all I want to say. Follow them, sub to them, watch their stuff. They make some good content, and they're gonna make even better content in the future. That's all.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Right. Leo, what's going on? Why can't you get in here? He says the link ain't working. I've sent a new link in the Discord. Try that. Right. Who can go next? All right, Lexio.
Oh, that's me. Hi. Um, I'm I'm Lexio. I'm very new to this whole YouTube thing. And even newer to making Blue Lock content. I started a couple days ago when I decided to make a What If series about Kira surviving. That's me.
Okay, nice one. Um, and yeah, Lexio, I've done videos with Lexio already. The one that's supposed to come out on my channel, I'm still in the middle of editing. I edit
Yeah, there's
really
a video.
slow, guys. So bear with me, please.
There is a video on my channel with both me and Raito
Yep,
doing a review on what characters we think are overused and wasted potential.
yep,
Go check it
exactly.
out after the stream.
So check it
Hmm.
out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, leave a comment as well.
As
And
they
we've got
should.
Suki with us. And Suki, your name on YouTube, it's like what? Just Suki Pookie. Suki,
Um,
go on.
so like Arrow kind of gave me all those names, bro. Okay.
It's
My
Suki. It's
original name was
Mafuki
Fofo Tsukiyomi, bro, and then he kept on
Oh
calling me
yeah.
Suki. So I'm like, I'm gonna
Listen,
keep that.
I used to watch 44 Tsukiyomi when, bro, come on. Why you change it?
Cause like everyone related more to Suki. Like everyone started calling me that.
Right.
Well, no one wants to say, "Yo, what's up, Fofo Sukiyomi?" Just
Yeah,
shorten it.
exactly.
Like, I'm not gonna call Raven Geeks. Like
Yeah,
Onyx
but
and
I'm like, I
Animosity,
like
their names are
Suki
short
more, bro.
to the simple. Fofo
I like to.
Sukuyomi. That's 6
I,
syllables,
I,
my
I actually
man.
like
I
44
know.
Tsukiyomi.
I like Suki more though.
Yeah,
Really?
you could keep it. I'm just gonna call you Suki. Like I know what your channel is.
I know.
It's
I'm just
quick,
giving the
easy.
lore behind how I got the new name.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait,
was I
wait.
supposed to introduce
Sorry,
myself?
sorry. Leo, try the new link I've put in. I've just tried it. It seems to be working for me. So just try it again. Go on, Suki.
Yeah, I'm basically a Blue Lock YouTuber, the number one Psy one. Expect more Psy content soon, and just subscribe to these other guys. They make really good content.
Oh my days. What? Guys, one sec. I've messed something up here.
We'll figure it out. No worries.
Suki, check your mute button. Check your
Oh,
mute. Can you? Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, cool. My bad. My bad. I'm messing about here, and I think I've messed something up.
But yeah, I was just gonna basically tell everyone to join the new Icarus Discord. That's where we got like all the Blue Lockers. Just enjoy a good time.
Yeah, nice, nice, nice.
We finally got the boy in.
Yeah, see, guys, with when it comes to Discord, right? I am, I am an old man, so it, a bit of Raito law right now. I turned 30
The peanut
last
being
year.
an Android user, bro.
Yeah, I
I
turned
can't even
30
hear
last
y'all,
year.
but my shit
I
is lagging more than
Leo, one
a
sec. Leo, one sec. I turned 30.
bro. I don't even know if you can hear me.
We can hear
Right.
you, Leo.
I've just Leo. Sorry, I've just put you on mute for a sec. So I turned 30 last year. As well. I got married almost 2 years ago.
Mazel tov.
Motherfucker, yeah,
Thank you,
that's it.
thank you. And so my wife gave birth to our son 6 months ago,
Woo!
Oh my days, this
which
guy's a dad.
which is the which actually is the reason why I disappeared for 6 months. When it came to doing YouTube content.
Mm,
So I'm back now. I'm hopefully back for good. I'm gonna be doing more edits. I'm gonna be doing more chapter reviews and stuff. But yeah, so it wasn't anything bad. The reason why I disappeared, it was all good, good news. It just meant that it was a struggle to get things out.
no, yeah,
So I just took a little break. That's all.
no, yeah, makes sense. I mean, can't dodge the responsibility, but congratulations, bro. I don't really have many words, but congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. Right, Leo seems to be having some issues at the moment, so
Oh no.
we'll just wait for him to come back in. In the meantime, right, so
Mm-hmm.
the NEL's been going on for a while, like a long while.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
what are our thoughts so
Can I
far?
can I say what I wanted to say about the latest chapter now? I've been really excited to share.
Yeah, go on.
Right. So I don't know if you guys or anyone in the chat noticed during Reen talking about needing to find a new way, during that moment, when it zooms in on his face and his eyes, you see Isagi's like shirt number and everything, but you
Yeah.
can also see the lines of Predator Eye start to form from the outer side going in. They're not complete yet. You
Mm,
can actually see them, and then later on, as he's getting ready to intercept the Kaiser Impact Magnum Cross, I think it was called,
yeah,
um,
Magnus.
you see Predator Eye, but when he actually intercepts it, funny enough, he goes back to his regular flow state eyes, and he doesn't have Predator Eye anymore until after he's received the ball.
Yeah, yeah,
So
you're
when
right.
he when
You're
he actually
no, no, no,
intercepts
no,
it,
no.
he's
To
not
be
got
fair,
Predator Eye.
that you see the first predator eye you see before Kaiser strikes it. That's Kaiser's eyes. Those are
Is it
Kaiser's
Kaiser's?
eyes.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
Yeah,
wait.
Kaiser's eye.
No,
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No, that's Kaiser. Before he strikes the ball,
No,
that's
I know
Kaiser's eyes.
Kaiser. I know Kaiser
Like
shows it,
even
but
when
I
he,
thought there was also a panel of Reen
no,
showing.
we only see Rin's eyes after his predator eyes after the interception.
Because you see in page 8 that he
Mm-hmm.
starts to form the lines, and then, unless I'm crazy,
Here's
Kaiser
the thing.
makes the.
You
I
make.
could just be
I know
crazy.
what the point you're making.
Yeah.
However, like the whole thing of like the predator eye thing starting to form, it's not necessarily predator eye starting to form with him fixating on Isagi. It's a more just like it's just a unique detail to the eye itself.
Yeah.
Right? It's just
No,
extra
it,
detailing to the eye. It's not to predator eye because his pupils would begin to slit more. Like
yeah,
when you look at
you
someone's
are right.
normal eye, like you have like if you look up a human eye, right? You'll see that if you were to color that, humans do have those kinds of lines from like
Can
the
I?
like especially with people who have like green to hazel eyes. Like
Mm,
they have that. And considering Green's eyes are like greenish hazel, he's gonna have those kinds of lines. It's not really predator eye, it's just
Yeah.
the eye drawing.
Can I quickly make a statement?
mm-hmm.
We do see Rin's Predator Eye before he intercepts on page 17. It's the very bottom panel. That is, the reason you know it's Rin is because of the hair color. Kaiser's hair color is usually drawn in lighter shades, that is, as dark as Isagi's hair.
Yeah,
Because
we
you
see
see
I see
Isagi doing
I see that, but that's
his,
not
and that is basic. Unless I'm crazy,
No,
the one under
that's not
Isagi's
predator's eyes though.
Omnivision, the one with under Isagi's where it
am
says
I
a perfect new
crazy?
design. Yeah, that's not predator eye, that's just the flow eye design.
What did you
I'm
call it?
crazy then.
Omnivision.
Sorry.
For Isagi, yeah, Omnivision.
All right, I call it like hyper meta
Oh,
vision.
you don't know about Omnivision, do you?
No.
Okay. Okay, I get to finally explain this to someone who's never heard it before. Okay, I'm down with that. So,
No.
Omnivision is that unique eye design where the puzzle pieces expand from Isagi's face and his kit glows white and his hair turns white, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Omnivision is what I called it back when we first saw it in 274 before Green scored his goal. Right? I said this is something new. This is Isagi's true flow state here, and I provided all of the proof to confirm it. Nobody believed me.
Mm.
Come to find out, when Isagi awakens that ability again, it is indeed his true flow state. And while it doesn't have a name, it does exactly what I said it does.
Okay.
Omnivision
enough.
is just simply the design for Isagi's character when he enters his true flow state,
Yeah.
and the Metavision eye design disappears and begins to expand off of his face outward instead of the Metavision pattern going inward.
So would you
And
say it's the equivalent of when Rin does the destroyer thing?
yes.
Right.
So there's three. That's what Destroyer mode and this Omnivision is what's known as a true flow state.
Okay.
So characters can enter flow. We saw this with Shido, right? And we see it with Bada. We saw it with Nagi. We saw it with Hiyori. They have that kind of squiggly design in their eye,
Mm-hmm.
right? However, there are a certain group of characters that can delve even further into something called their true flow state, which is by following their truest ego possible. Right? Not every character can do it, but there's three characters that can: Rin, Bachira, and Isagi. And it's indicated by a change to their aura or a change to how the aura is traditionally presented.
Okay.
So for Rin, his traditional aura is water. However, when entering his true flow state, it transitions into that destructive sludge.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets the destroyer eye. Those are two indicators of his true flow state. For Isagi, all of his puzzle pieces turn white. His hair glows white, and his kit overall begins to
Yeah.
glow. And
Yeah.
the Metavision eye design that would be in his eyes expands off of his face with the puzzle pieces covering around his eyes, his cheekbones, and up towards his forehead.
Mm-hmm.
That's Isagi's true flow state. Bachira's, his monster, now rather than appearing around the pitch, now covers his entire body.
Yeah, you're right. I never actually thought about the Bachelor one, you know?
And we know this is flow because Bachira himself says this is my true challenge-centered focus,
Wow.
which is where the term true flow state comes from. And the reason that this is flow state is because Destroyer mode has been confirmed to be flow state. However, we have characters with the flow eyes that are confirmed to be the flow eyes. We've seen them with Rain normally,
Mm-hmm.
and we've seen him without it when he's in what's known as his flow state. So that's his true flow state, and that's kind of building the pieces.
Yeah.
But overall, what Omnivision does is that it allows for Izagi to predict the unpredictable. Metavision
Okay.
is used to predict plays based on the most rational and likely outcomes. However,
Okay.
we see from Aiku, from Kaiser, and from Isagi that when Rin is in destroyer mode, he is unpredictable and not able and can't be predicted with Metavision.
Mm-hmm.
So, in order for Isagi to understand that his getting into his true flow state, a state of mind, allows him to process information drastically faster because his thinking is now all reflexive.
Yeah.
He's moving, thinking, acting, everything is reflexive for him right now. But he's able to reflexively move to the most irrational spot on the pitch.
Right.
This was confirmed by him appearing in 275 where size illusion was,
Yes.
being a spot that nobody else could read. That was the most unpredictable spot, even according to Reen.
Yes.
And why he and Kaiser, when they did their very first team up, Isagi had Omnivision to appear in front of Reen, and he baited Reen into the perfect position to shoot to where Kaiser could block because Isagi blocked and saw the most irrational route. So by blocking it, it forced Rain into the more rational direction
yes.
that Kaiser could see with Metavision.
Yeah, that I know, that I figured myself.
But that's what Isagi's Omnivision ability does. So yeah, when I said Omnivision, I'm referring to Isagi with those with the white hair and the glowing kit. That's his omnivision.
Okay, so is that the actual term for it, or is that like?
No, it is not a canonical term. We don't have a term for that. We have
Mm,
Destroyer mode and we have Monster Trance, but we do not have a confirmed term as to what this is. I just call it Omnivision because Metavision was originally supposed to be a god vision or a
mhm,
godlike vision, but now it can't predict everything.
yeah.
This can,
Okay.
therefore being the true omnipotent version of vision or omnivision.
Lazzy's hating for some reason, and he's saying this theory makes no sense, dog.
I
I
mean,
mean, you can't. I mean, it
I
does
think,
make sense. I've kind of provided all of the evidence
I think it makes sense, to be
to
yeah,
fair.
which
it's
it does.
really a theory. It's just stating that Isagi's evolved his metavision, and your fandub name of it is
Yeah.
Yeah,
Omnivision.
yeah, exactly.
ECG
But
has
Which
shown
he's
no signs of
explained
also,
it.
any new vision
He's
because I
explained
call
it
it vision
perfectly.
because it's easier than saying meta brain or something. The term
yeah,
omnivision just refers to metavision. Like,
Mm.
sure, it doesn't really necessarily relate to his vision, but it's expanding from Isagi's eyes.
Okay,
Like,
okay, Lazzy, bro, you're bugging. Isagi's shown no signs of a new vision. Come on, you're
yeah, no,
bugging. Are you reading the same story?
Isagi has
yes, he
shown no
has.
signs of his
Isagi
yes,
has
he has.
showed. Isagi literally has entered his true state of flow here.
Exactly.
Look at look at the latest chapter. You actively see zoomed in. He's got the puzzle pieces flowing from his eyes. His hair is now in a white state, which we've, aside from in this match, we've not seen that before.
We've
Come on,
seen hints at it through the rest of the NEL where his brain begins to highlight as puzzle pieces and his hair glows white, but it doesn't appear for any longer. It doesn't go off of his eyes.
come on, lazy man. Come on, like
Yeah,
you
I've made
telling me you're
yeah.
several
not seeing
videos on this,
anything
man. You
different
can
from
go watch
Isagi?
them. You can
I'm
go ahead
saying,
and watch them. I provide all because I'm going off of just memory. I don't have the full script in front of me, every piece of evidence. I'm just remembering the theory I came up with,
I
right?
think it's
So of course
easy
it's
to
gonna
see
sound
though.
rushed.
It's quite obvious to see that Isagi's operating on a different level
yeah.
Yeah.
when he does that. So I'm not sure what's going on here with lazy.
Also, I think even if you read 289, it's not explicit, but I think it's there enough to say that yes, Isagi's vision has evolved. Just based on the way he sees the field versus when we're cutting to see from a bit more of Kaiser's perspective, the way
Mhm.
Kaiser and his omnivision, metavision see the field.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We were talking
Yeah.
about omnivision so much I
Yeah.
screwed up.
It's also why you have moments of Kaiser having to constantly follow Isagi because Kaiser can't predict rain, but Isagi can. So by following Isagi, Kaiser can kind of do the same thing. We saw this the chapter that Igaguri got subbed off when they double pressed rain. Like
Mhm.
Kaiser is following behind Isagi because he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's literally he's
Yeah.
directing Kaiser like he's going to go here, get there. Kaiser has the physicals to stop Green, but he can't. He doesn't have the vision. That's what
Mhm.
Isagi has here. He doesn't
Mhm.
have the processing. That's the
Yeah.
whole
Can I,
theory.
can I quickly
But
ask, Suki, are you okay, man? I saw that you went offline and disconnected. Are you back and are you good?
he's here. He's just muted. Suki's muted.
Yeah, I know, but before, whilst we were talking about it, when
Yeah.
Lazy first showed
Nah,
up,
I
you
accidentally
disconnected.
clicked off the app. That's my fault.
Okay, cool. I
You
was just
you
checking.
sound a little better. But you sound quite kind of quiet though.
Oh, it's just because of my phone. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, no, no. You sound good now. You sound a little bit better now.
Yeah.
Mute,
Okay.
motherfucker.
Wait, there was a question earlier. One second. Let me try and find it.
Jamal, yeah, sorry, real quick, just gonna address this one comment. You're saying that Izagi sees the field better than Kaiser? Yes, he does, but Izagi himself said that he can't predict Rain with Metavision. Kaiser couldn't predict him. Aiku couldn't do it in the U20 match because that's even more evidence and hinting towards Rain's unpredictability. And Izagi couldn't predict it when he was in Destroyer mode. That's when he was able to tap into Omnivision to then predict Rain.
Mm,
This is an evolved version of Isagi's vision. You're just proving my point.
Yeah,
You can disagree with the name, but
I think
like,
the way I phrased it may have been a little confusing, but my point was literally what you've just said in your comment.
yeah,
yeah. So
like
so Anime Edits 88 asks, Ero, do you think Kiora will assist Isagi for the final goal?
I'll let you all answer first.
Yeah, I don't think so. Obviously, Kiora, he's had his moment in my opinion. I don't think he's gonna have another moment. Um, so yeah, that is a no from me.
Lexi, all yours. Lexi, you can take it.
Okay,
Mhm.
my personal theory is saying I I do not think Kiora will have any involvement in this final goal. I think he's more going to be a backup piece for the rest of the match.
Yeah. Like, I'll tell you this. I think that Ness is scoring the final goal.
See, Lexio, what did I tell you? I said this to Lexio. Was it last night?
Something
I
like that.
I did say no.
Bro,
I
why
did
are we
say
on it like this?
I
honestly.
think it was
I said I can see it happening.
yeah.
I can see it happen. Listen, I wouldn't be the happiest if it happens, but hey, it's not my story, bro.
I can tell you why. I'll give you the whole prediction as to why Ness is going to do it. Right?
Yeah,
No, I can understand the prediction.
Yeah.
It's just I personally think Ness's
Oh, I don't want it
passing.
to. I would rather Isagi.
yeah,
But
Yeah,
same.
no,
The thing
I
is,
can
Ness was
see the
originally
reason
a
behind the
striker.
Yeah, I can see the reason behind it, but when you look at Ness's stats, I feel like Ness's passing is too high for him not to just get a major assist here. Because we've not
yeah.
seen his passing really shine too much. Like he's done stuff, but to have a to have such a high
He's
passing
got
on the
high
level of
passing,
Charles, he's got to get,
high
in my
passing.
opinion, an assist of some fucking amazing goal. Sorry.
I'll tell you why I think Ness. I have a whole so I did a Ness breakdown video a week or so ago, and I really liked it, and it really gave me more insight to Ness's character and to how he could evolve this game. With Kaiser telling him to give up on football, he's presenting him with this challenge that's putting him in the same current mindset that his parents put him in when he first discovered soccer. So Ness had been put at a point where nobody believed in him, right? And he had that zero mindset. And keep in mind, the zero mindset is something that's been pushed all throughout this game. With Isagi, Rin, Kaiser, all of those characters awakened by dropping their fixations or identifying their true ego. And Ness's original ego was to cast a spell on the world, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
when that was when he first discovered soccer, and it begun to got crushed until Kaiser showed up, right? When Kaiser showed up, he then kind of attached his new ego to Kaiser, and at this point, Kaiser's identifying that me doing this, me manipulating this in the way that I have, it stopped me from evolving, and it's not gonna help him anymore. So I'm putting him back in this zero mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
It also calls up a conversation we had during their backstory when Ness was cutting Kaiser's hair. I'll pull up the exact thing here because the dialogue is very important
Okay.
for the point I'm gonna make. It's an incredibly important thing, right? Like for Ness's character, and it makes sense for why he would awaken. Here, he says, yeah. So Kaiser says, I used to be a weak hearted person. I kept losing to impossibility over and over again, so I decided to never go back to that past. And as a warning to myself, I got this blue rose tattoo. It symbolizes impossibility or that which doesn't exist. This artificially created hue is something that shouldn't be possible in nature. To me, this rose is a symbol of making the impossible possible in a rebellion against God. So, Ness is continuously losing over and over again. He is currently a very weak-hearted individual, and he kept losing to the impossibility of working with Kaiser over and
Mm-hmm.
over again because of his fixations and devotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a warning to Kaiser himself, he got the blue rose tattoo. However, Ness's symbol and warning would be him scoring the final goal.
Okay.
To Kaiser, this symbolizes impossibility or that which doesn't exist. It's something that shouldn't be impossible in nature. It's a symbol of making the impossible possible in a rebellion against God. Ness scoring this final goal would be a rebellion against God in the sense
yeah.
of God's chosen emperor, the guy who told him to give up on football. Ness awakening and scoring the final goal would be him making that rebellion against God. And
That.
we know that originally, before meeting Kaiser, Ness was a goal scorer. Trying out for Bayern München, Ness was a goal scorer.
Ooh, really?
Yes, he was a dribbler who scored his own goals. You go to chapter 241 or 240, I think it's 242. 242, and you go just before the Bayern München tryouts. Ness was told to go try out for Bayern München, and that was after he scored the final goal. Ness is a goal scorer. He can dribble and he can shoot. Passing realistically is not that different from shooting depending on your style. Like Chiggity's 44 Panther snipe is just
Is
a
a pass,
pass.
yeah. Yeah,
Like Ness could do it. And Ness scoring the final goal would be his reason to awaken. And you say it's been stated that he wouldn't have a big role. Number one, there has not been any single official thing. All it was a fan signing. The mangakas were in public and they were there signing stuff, and someone asked him, is Ness going to have any role in this thing? And he says, no, Ness is not going to. However, we've been told that during an awakening, characters become a new version of themselves. It happened for Kaiser, Rin, Bado, Isagi, Nagi. Like, it happened for so many characters when they went through an awakening. They became a new version of themselves. Ness doing this would make him a new version of himself, and not the Ness that we know of, the Ness he's referring to. That same interview was where people said that Isagi and Sai are going to team up, but that wasn't a confirmed interview. It was just a fan meeting, and he just said in the future. He never specified when. People
okay.
just love to take these things out of context and don't actually do the research and just try to bullcrap. Like, before you want to say it doesn't make sense, do the research to prove your point, which is what I do to make money. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to bullshit my work.
Okay, so just quickly, let me address this. Napu, you can't do super chats just yet because I'm not monetized in any way. Like so there's no way just yet. Hopefully
You
soon
got
I'll be
500 subs
monetized.
though.
Suki, what I'd like to hear from you. You got anything to say?
I just had one thing about Ness in chapter, I forgot when, but like the Barca game, right? So when Ness is about to pass the Kaiser, the goalkeeper Moro says, "Everyone block Ness's shot course," and then it shows an image of a ball into the net. So it shows Ness could have literally scored at that exact moment, and there would have been nothing they would have done for that.
Mm.
So Ness is still a striker, even throughout this whole thing. He still got the potential to score goals, but Kaiser's stopping him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, Ness is actually quite a brilliant player on his own.
Isn't he higher
Obviously,
stats in terms of Botto, like even comparative to
yeah,
Botto?
his stats are crazy. But obviously, right now he ain't got the egoist mindset, which is the reason why he's not really doing much with his potential.
Yeah. Like, I think he's going to awaken. And I think him awakening would let him score the final goal and kind of be independent, seeing as Kaiser is going to leave. Like, Ness doesn't need to support anyone. He can create magic all on his own.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing of Ness. And
yeah,
Ness is higher stats wise than Botto. Ness has triple S, triple B. Botto has 2S, 2A, 2C.
yeah.
Like, Ness is 1 point below on offense in comparative to Botto. Botto has a 95 in offense. Ness
And
has
that's
94.
the same with Isagi as well. Isagi's 95 as well.
Yeah. In terms of dribbling, he's on par with Chigity.
No,
And in terms of
Isagi's
passing, he's one of
94.
the best.
Is
Who,
Isagi
Botto?
94?
Isagi has no confirmed stats. No one in the PXG game has stats. We only have Ubers.
Really?
No one
Oh,
for
no, yeah,
all those.
not
Those
in
are
the
all fake.
PXG, but we got stats
No,
from
nothing recent. Everything is from Ubers.
yeah, nothing recent, but I mean like before the Ubers game, they got stats from.
Ubers, yeah. Isagi was 88 before Ubers,
Yeah.
which I would say he's maybe 90, 91 now. I wouldn't put him any higher.
To
I'm
be
Like,
going
fair,
to make a
88 is
guess.
already generous for Isagi stats, bro.
yeah.
I'm going to make a guess that he's going to end up being 92 next time we see stats from him.
Why
I'd say
why
91
92?
though. I think 91.
I feel like 92 is something like I don't think he should be, but I feel like that's what it's going to end up being.
Can you guys hear me now?
I say 90. I need to see his dribbling improve because Isagi's got he's got decent dribbling now. Obviously, he can't dribble past people per se, but he can manipulate.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Ness is going to awaken, and I just provided you all the evidence as to say why it is. You can't just say, "Oh, he's not awakening this match," or "It was confirmed in an interview," when I just disproved both of those points. You're saying he's not
Yeah, no.
awakening. You didn't provide any evidence as to why he wouldn't, and the only evidence you have is the interview, which isn't accurate. Which again, it's just a theory. Could be wrong. I
Um,
don't care.
I
Just-
mean,
Well,
he's
what is Lassie talking about?
This guy's just spewing nonsense, and he
Innit?
acts like.
Nah,
yeah.
did you see what he said about Arrow? You look like you take ferocious din. What the
Listen,
Yo,
Lazy,
heck?
why am
Lazy,
I
cool
taking
yourself down, man.
now?
You can leave if you're gonna insult people. Leave. Like
Bro.
no one wants you here if you're just gonna be rude to people about opinions of fictional characters.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
seriously.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Kag, you say you don't see why he would awaken. He basically gave up. Yeah, that's pretty much everyone gets to their lowest point, their zero mindset. I mean, what was Kaiser doing? Kaiser was at the lowest he ever was before he awakened.
Yeah.
Like,
We have Nagi on that same
take
journey
Hiyori.
right
Hiyori
now.
had given up after he made a shot and missed or got blocked by Sendo. Like,
One more
everyone
time,
gives up.
Hiyori! One more time!
Do that shit one more time. Do it. Give me the ball. Also, I don't know.
Right.
Did you realize Kaiser and Isagi moved reflex by reflex this chapter?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even look at each other once.
Yeah,
And it
Isagi.
failed.
As soon as Isagi passed the ball to Kaiser, he turned away from him.
Oh yeah.
They had to, cause like they were blocking all their like passing courses.
Yeah. Nah, it was those two are dangerous together though. They're
I
dangerous.
know.
Oh yeah.
But Rin being on the pitch, man, it's a sticky one still.
Vin is
Like
unlocking this Naruto form, bro.
Suki, have you seen this? Yeah.
I know. I need to. I'm not home. I can't fix my mic.
He said I can hear your future in your mic.
I heard that one.
Yeah, you've addressed it. You've addressed it. But yeah, so what do you guys think is gonna happen this next chapter? Then do you think Rin goes on a rampage again?
No.
Like this will be like the third time or something.
I want Isagi to realize what he's doing. Like, people don't understand what Predator Eye is and why people are saying, "Oh, Marine plot because he awakened Predator Eye." Like, they don't understand like what Predator Eye is and how the ability is utilized. And because Isagi analyzed it wrong in the Ubers game, I need him to realize that Marine has Predator Eye. I need him to realize this and go into another explanation. Because if he doesn't, people are still going to be completely wrong about this ability, and they're going to take it and be like, "Oh, this doesn't make any sense anymore. The story doesn't make sense," when they aren't understanding the material. So unless it's said directly to them on panel, they're never going to understand, and it pisses me off. I need an explanation.
Right, so lazy. I've put you on timeout because, bro, like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, yeah,
Get in the
bro.
corner.
Like, what are we doing here? Come on, just be respectful. be
I don't know if you've
respectful,
seen
man.
what he
Like
was
we
saying.
all, you know, we all human beings here, man. There's no need for any name calling and shit like that. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I don't swear, man. I don't normally swear, bro. But like, I don't like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little
I can
bit.
hear you better.
Ah, okay. I see. Wait. Let me add you in, man. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, in here. Nice. Right. Yeah. So me personally, I don't want to see Rin go on another rampage. It's boring now. We know he can dribble. We know he's good at shooting. Let someone else take take the shine a little bit. Um,
Karatu?
y- Listen, I wouldn't mind. I like Karasu. Um, but but personally, what I want to see is Hiyori and Charles's matchup because I don't think that's conclusive. Um, I reckon right now Charles is up on Hiyori. Hiyori hasn't shown much in this game. Raichi's not been able to lock up Charles just even a little bit at all in this match. At the beginning, they made it seem like Isagi and Charles were going to go at it to see who can control the field. So
Yeah.
far, Isagi's winning in that matchup.
Charles ain't doing none. Charles
Yeah.
stopped doing something back in like chapter 256 or something.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
Isagi scored. What has
Yeah.
Charles done? Like of
But-
really huge value.
yeah. That's
Like
the thing.
in the
Wanna
past
quickly
to
say-
Lane, he sent the Rabona across, which I'll admit was an insane thing.
Yeah.
But like, same with Hiyori. Hiyori hasn't really done anything of value since. Like,
But
I wanna
even
quickly say,
that's what I'm saying. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I want a little bit more from Hiyori. Um, there's also the fact that Loki came on the pitch, but he didn't use Charles once. What's that about?
yeah.
Come on, man. But yeah, man, I'm about ready for this match to be over because I want to see some international matches or league matches or something. I don't know. I want to see some
I just
some
want to quickly say, I timed out thingy again because he started arguing with people in chat.
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
yeah.
Like,
Just if he does, man, just do it, man. I don't know what his problem is.
I just wanted to let you know so he doesn't complain about someone timing him out randomly. That was me.
Listen, lazy. If you don't chill it out, bro, I'm gonna have to ban you. I will do
That's
it.
true. I feel bad for Charles. He blocked the Kaiser impact, bro,
Yeah, but, like,
with his head.
his entire
His
thing is an
brain cells
offensive
is done,
midfielder.
bro.
Like it's
His
the
brain
same
cells
argument
might
of
be
saying like Isagi hasn't done really anything on offense if he spent the entire game playing defense. Like it's still an accurate thing. Charles is an offensive passing monster, and yet he hasn't really done any insane passing things. He was cooking at the start of the game.
Well, yeah. To be fair, his assist to Shido that was kind of wild.
I get that a midfielder plays defense, but if we're talking about offensive plays, Charles hasn't really done much recently.
Yeah, recently he started off the game, but to be honest, he is super young, and the hallmark of a young player is inconsistency.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
But
mean,
hasn't Charles like blocked the Kaiser impact and the gyro shot? If we're talking about defense,
yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about defense, that's fine. I'm just talking like in terms of like passing,
Charles was
he and
such an
Hiyori
offense?
directing the field, as they said.
Mhm.
I don't expect him to do everything.
yeah.
I just would expect, more defensive players to be playing more defense. Like
I feel that.
Tokimitsu. Like Tokimitsu, Zantetsu. Like Karasu's doing great right now. He's finally started doing something. But like put Charles in the midfield to start hitting some passes upwards, offense like the upper 2/3, and have him start playing as an offensive midfielder instead of coming back and having his feet be defense.
I feel
The thing
that.
is, Kaneshiro can write this story that way. He just isn't, and we can say that.
Yeah.
This is not like it's
Yeah.
subjective. No, Charles has been playing more defense. Like
Yeah, he has. He
he
literally has.
he
That's
could
all he's
write
been
the
doing so
defenders
far.
to be defenders, but he isn't. Like
Yeah.
like
That
where's Tokimitsu? I have not seen the dude since he
No,
fouled
no, no,
Noah.
I want him to drop off. Stay quiet on this guy, man. I don't want him to carry on. Don't need Tokimitsu anymore. Get rid.
I can agree with
If
that.
he makes it to the next round,
Nah,
no, I'm done.
I can't have that. I can't have that, man.
Then again,
This the whole facility is about egos, man. What is Tokimitsu's ego really?
okay,
Shitting his pants.
Raito, tell them about what you said about Nishioka.
Oh, what do you mean like how
The
he's
fact
gonna
you,
have a big role in U20
yeah,
World Cup?
the fact you refuse to believe he's not going out now.
He's making it, bro. He's already got a valuation. He's gonna
That's fair.
make
He
it.
has more of a chance than Kiora at this point.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna
Yeah,
make it.
not
He
not
has
more of
to.
a chance than someone like Tokimitsu.
Tokimitsu's getting out. I got nothing. He's gone, man.
Yeah, man. Like,
He's gone.
what's talking mix? Like, what was he done really?
Like
He fouled
Nanase
Nothing.
is
Noah.
taking Tokimitsu's spot, in my opinion.
Did he even touch the ball once this game?
I think Nanase, Tokimitsu, and Igaguri are not making it, but I think Zantetsu and
No,
Kiora will.
no,
Bro,
Nanase needs
why do
to
you
be
say it as if
24th,
like that's a wild
bro.
thing for
No, no,
Nanase
Zantetsu
needs
no.
to be
and
24th, bro.
and
no.
Kiora?
Nanase's making it.
Nanase's
No,
not.
Nanase is going to be 24th. I want him to cry his R's out. Wait, how do you say
Nanase
the
has
Nikkei
fumbled
R's?
more plays than he's successfully been a part of.
He stopped
He's
doing
trying.
anything a long time ago, bro.
Nanase's trying his best, guys. Come on, man. He's young.
Nanase
I
was the
know, but
reason
this
Isagi beat Reen in like that first matchup.
Yeah.
Like he's not that good. He's already off the top 23. Tokimitsu's going with him, but Kiora is taking his place. Are you telling me Nanase, who made one link up thing with Reen, and then that was it, and then has failed in pretty much every other attempt or every other play that he's been a part of,
Yeah.
is
Yeah. He's not.
surviving over Kiora, who has
No,
an assist?
no, no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Nanase is surviving over Tokimitsu and Zantetsu.
I think Zantetsu's staying. I don't know why he wouldn't. Like
I
the
don't.
basis of my thing is that number one, Zantetsu's already like I'm pretty sure he's like 6 million above Nanase,
Mm,
He's got
and
the same as Tokimitsu.
yeah, what's the like the final? I think they're 246. Yeah, so Zantetsu and Tokimitsu they're at 23 million. I think he's gonna get 28. I think a 5 million yen increase for being on the pitch and participating in the couple plays is enough to put him is enough for a 5 million yen increase. However, do you think Nanase is going to get at least 12 million then in that regard?
not unless he gets an assist, bro. How's he gonna do that?
See, here's the thing. I think Zantetsu as a character has hit the peak of where he can go. I feel like he can't really evolve much more beyond what he's got to. I feel like Nanase, we're just starting to see his ambidextrous ness. We're just starting to see him
But
essentially
that's
become
the
a
issue
help
though.
for people. I feel like he's got more potential for the future of the story. So I feel
But
like he's more likely to survive
why
from a story writing standpoint, is my
that's why he'd be
thought.
eliminated. That's why he should be eliminated because there's a lot of core values in Blue Lock, right? Igaguri not surviving is the whole concept of wasted potential and wasted talent. Igaguri had every chance. He literally got lucky when Isagi didn't knock him out. He got lucky being on a team with Isagi, Bachira, Chigiri, Kunigami, surviving the first selection. He got lucky teaming up with Shido. And he's been lucky that there's been no selection events that could potentially kick him out of Blue Lock until right now. And even then, he wasted the opportunities to get a chance in the game by not being able to perform. That is wasted potential. That is coasting on luck. That is a prominent thing that happens in sports. People don't practice enough, or people just can't survive at that level
Mm.
purely off of luck. Nanase is one of the characters, and he embodies the idea of not fully realizing your potential and talent. You're realizing it too late. He realized too late that he's ambidextrous, and now he's got
for
no
him.
chance
Well,
to go anywhere on the national team. Sure,
yeah,
he
yeah,
might get a club offer, which
yeah,
he
yeah.
is. He's gonna have a club offer, but he's not gonna be able to compete on the world stage anymore because he took too long to understand his talent.
Yeah, Nanase doesn't have the fundamentals down. He had to he has to catch up to everyone else to get to the to even a respectable level. But
Yeah.
he is still a young player, so he has room to grow. But I just don't think it's gonna be in Blue Lock.
I I feel like I could see, in my opinion, I'm going to say I personally believe Nanase is making it.
Can I ask you just a real quick question? You say Nanase over Zantetsu, right? In terms of like, if you were to pick between those two, the last spot you're taking Nanase over Zantetsu,
Yeah,
you think he'll survive.
yes.
Is Nanase in any context of evolution of an evolution, based on what we've seen him be able to do and his overall performance, does that value more than another potential Chigiri and Zantetsu dual speedster wing beat like we see in episode Nagi, which is a potential thing because there's a lot of speed oriented characters that could line the offense.
Mm.
How does Nanase play just as an impactful role as someone like Zantetsu, who would apply for a very good style of formation centered around speed? Does Nanase have more potential for being on that team than Zantetsu?
I would say yes for one reason and one reason only. And it is, you can call me crazy for it, but
I might. Don't make
I
me. I might
no
call you
no
crazy.
you're bringing up the episode Nagi moment, and I agree with you that speed formation, blitz attack makes sense. However,
Mhm.
I would like to propose the idea that I think could happen in the future if Nanase were to survive over Zantetsu. This is the reason I think this is what I think would happen. I feel at one point during the formation, we will get a two center forward formation with Isagi and Reen, with Hiyori and Nanase there,
Mhm.
which also is a callback. I could even see Shido a part of this because it is partially a callback to the fact that Hiyori ended up having major chemical reactions with Isagi, two
Mhm.
major players of the if you remember the third selection, their team.
Yeah.
Nanase and Rin are two other very highlighted players from that team. I feel we could see those four as a sort of callback moment to the third selection where those four were on a team together, mounting an offense.
Okay. Can I ask why? Because Nanase is only on getting some highlight is because he is a part of Reen's link up,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
When going into the World Cup, you're gonna have these two opposing teams on a team together. So Bastion München strengths will also be PXG strengths on this World Cup team. So why would you take someone like Nanase over someone like Kurona, who is a vastly better post player than Nanase, which is the only thing he's good at?
I I want to say again, I personally would not take him over Corona. However, I feel like when you're okay, so my opinion is I wouldn't take him over Corona. Corona is better. I agree with that. However, I have the mentality of I feel if there is a way, if there is a character that you need to place with Hiyori, um, Isagi, and Rin to make sort of a four person team up chemical reaction, I feel the most likely to get inserted into that role is Nanase. And I feel like that's something we're going to see in the future, which is why I think Nanase is going to make it. Because I can see, I obviously there are other characters that can probably do it, and there's definitely going to be other characters that work just as well. But from my viewpoint, I don't see, I can't think of any of those that could make that fourth person in their little four-way chemical reaction as good.
But
I would say Bachiro or Corona because I think Nanase is definitely a waste.
yeah, I
Because
can't.
I
Corona's
could,
fat. Corona's not only good at sharp turns and being a post player, he's also the second or third fastest player on the
Yeah,
Blue
yeah,
Lock team.
he's
oh
like the
no,
second
definitely.
fastest player.
Like I
Like,
say, Corona is a great player, and I will say this: Corona in every metric is better than Nanase. I would rather Corona on the field than Nanase.
so
However,
it doesn't.
I feel like
T-
if you're specifically pushing a character in to have a chemical reaction with those three, if that's specifically the moment we're going to see in the future of a four-way chemical reaction with those three, I feel like the missing piece. I don't think Corona's going to be able to do it, given what he's done. I don't think. I think if he was capable of doing as well with both Hiyori and Isagi, he would have done that by now. I don't think Ren's really needed there. I think regarding Bachara, I do believe now that you've brought him up, that could also be the other missing piece. But I personally just think Nanase is the perfect piece to slot in there for an in the future
Why?
awakened
With
Nanase,
what
obviously.
weapons makes him the perfect? With what abilities or you're really lying. Listen, you can have your opinion, but you're really lying on the fact that but he has a lot of potential. So do a lot of
Um,
other characters who already have
yeah, no,
very high level abilities and skills. Like you literally said Kurona and Bachara are better placements. So why would you put
oh,
Nanase there
no,
when he has no weapons that would
I'm
contribute anything of value to the team except just because he linked up with Rin. Now it'd be cool narratively because now Hiyori and Isagi and Rin and Nanase. What is Nanase contributing that Kurona or Bachara wouldn't contribute? The same, if not better. You're kind of just coasting on favoritism.
no. What I'm trying to say is, I do understand that from a skills point, my point is lesser because obviously these characters have more skills. What I meant was I was talking from a narrative standpoint. I feel like narratively, the link back to the third selection, like we've seen these four players do something together before. The only person like Nanase was able to keep up with Isagi at that point, and now he's not able to keep up with Rin, but he's getting there. I feel like in the future that could be a plot point. Mine isn't going off what I think he's got the potential to do. Mine is going off what I believe the creator's mindset is.
If I don't see it, man. Like it's again, what you think the creator's mindset is and what I do are going to be two different things. I
Yeah,
just think
obviously.
there needs to be characters who are eliminated, and Zantetsu has shown more value and potential for value than Nanase has, because the only thing Nanase does is act as a post player, while there are other post players who do it drastically better. Like Zantetsu in the position of winger does his job as a winger better than Nanase does as a post player.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm agreeing with you that if we're going based on which character deserves to survive more, Zantetsu deserves to survive more. But my theory is that Nanase is, from my perspective at least, from what I've been like, obviously we don't know who's going to survive yet, but from my assumptions of what the writer wants to do with the story, I feel Nanase is more likely to survive. But that is just me
Really?
looking at it from a
Are you sure?
writing a story standpoint.
Raito, you lean in on this because I can't seem to like convince them
Yeah,
otherwise,
so
and I think I've presented really good arguments for that, and
No,
it's
you
kind of just
have.
coasting. No, no, no.
so
I
Again, you
understand that.
can say what you want. I just think I was trying to change your opinion. Like this seems to make more sense. I don't get it.
so for me, um, Nanase does have potential, right? But like I said, like we spoke before, Nanase has a lot to catch up. Has a lot to do to catch up to everyone else in the first place, and just because of that alone, remember we're going into a World Cup arc, right? I know it's only U20 World Cup, but the players there are going to be a different level. Nanase is not going to be able to keep up. He can barely keep up in this current match, right? And this current
Yeah,
match is academy players. This is gonna be the best of the country he's gonna go up against. Now, I reckon the reason why Nanase is so young in the story and only just discovered his ambidexterity is because he can be thrown away from the Blue Lock project but still carry on with his football career and grow from there. I don't think he's necessarily a needed cog in this Blue Lock setup.
Not to mention, he also like I'm looking through every time Nanase does something, he always gets knocked over. Like even going against like Menser and Kiora, sure it's a 2-on-1, but like Nanase is always in every play Nanase is doing, he's falling. He can't even hold himself up like if he's getting pressured by a tackle. And like you want you if he's a post player, you're gonna want him to keep up. Like Kurona and Bachata,
Yeah.
if they're gonna act as post players, they get a pass, they'll send it to you, and even if they get pressured, they're still staying up. The only time Kurona hasn't was when he got tackled by Marine, which the majority of other people won't do because he was in destroyer mode for it. Like
Yeah, no. Like I say,
the
what you
whole
guys are saying,
you're really leaning on the whole thing. I think Nanase has potential, and I think that Nanase in terms of the writing has more future use. But Nanase can't even hold himself. Yeah, like Nanase can't even hold himself in this game. There's no reason aside from personal bias or leaning into the narrative, which the narrative isn't even correct fully, because there's been no reason for Nanase to stay here aside from an awakening. And even then, his awakening isn't even that good because he considers himself to still be mediocre and bad. So,
yeah,
like, you're going to waste someone who is actually somewhat decent with and have a backup for a speedster, then not that over. Like, you're going to get rid of them for Nanase, who is equally trash in both his left and right legs. Like, he's pretty average at best. And
yeah,
there's
no.
no room for him to get better aside from being a post player.
I believe what you guys are saying, and I think from what should happen, Zantetsu should survive over Nanase. I am just stating that, given what the creator's done, and given what I have, given my opinions on what I have read so far, obviously everyone's going to have different opinions. Given on who's been eliminated, given what's happened with certain characters, I feel like the creator is going to want to do a future story, like a future like plot point
I'm tying
around
this guy up,
Nanase
man.
more
With
than he's going to want to
what?
do a future plot point around Zantetsu.
Can I ask what leads you to assume Nanase is going to get a more central focus in an arc?
When you look at what Zantetsu has done, um, yeah, when you look at what Zantetsu has done during from the first selection to now, and you look at what
Mhm,
Nanase has done since his introduction, at the
mhm.
start of both of their introductions, they were Nanase wasn't very prominent. He's never been a major piece, has he? Zantetsu was quite a major piece at the start, and
Mhm.
he went into some sort of background during the main run, and he popped back into more prominence with episode Nagi and whatnot. However, I feel like I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. I feel like during this match, we've seen the flashback of Nanase going to Rin and talking to Rin. We've seen, which I guess isn't much, but we've seen more highlight on Nanase in this match than we've seen on Zantetsu in this match. And I feel like Zantetsu, for a character who had a lot of highlight early on in the story, he's not been getting much highlight anymore. Whereas Nanase has never really had much highlight, but he's got a bit of highlight now. So I think
Yeah, I get. So you're basically saying because we've seen a little bit about Nanase
we've
compared
seen
to
more about Nanase in
yeah,
this match than we have Zantetsu, and I
then
think that is my personal
but
theory is that is the
what you
writer hinting that he has future stories for Nanase
But
and
so
but
you think
remember
Nanase is
Zantetsu.
going to get at least a 12 million yen increase to put
Given
him
the
relative to like Fukaku,
not in
and
this match,
like you're going to put him there, and
but
he's going to survive? Like Raichi is already at 18 million. That puts him what? It's only 2 million above him, right? But we likely know that Raichi's going to survive, right?
yeah,
I think
right,
we
she's
can
gonna
all
survive in my opinion.
kind of agree
In
with
my
that.
opinion,
Raichi and Hiro are going to survive, meaning the cutoff of the lowest you or like the lowest you could have for someone is I'm pretty sure it's 20. I'm pretty sure it's 28 million with Fukaku. We don't think Tokimitsu is going to survive.
no.
Meaning Nanase would need to get a minimum of an 8 million yen increase when he's only had one or two successful plays that went to nowhere, and he's fumbled more plays than anyone has. Like he's fumbled more plays in this game than he has succeeded in positive ones. Like Hyori and Raichi, I could see getting Raichi. I think like maybe 24 million. I think 24 million. I say. So you think Nonsense is going to be able to get to around 24 million, an 8 million increase or more by really contributing nothing, assuming that Zantetsu doesn't go up at all, which he likely will. Like again, Zantetsu's got a 7 million yen lead on him, and Zantetsu is still like performing.
Here's a major part though. The NEL sort of bids and changes to bids and whatnot have been, at least in my opinion, very inconsistent.
Oh yeah,
They've
100%.
And that's part of what I'm thinking here. I don't believe he deserves this. I am 100% with you that Nanase does not deserve to survive. As much as I love him and as much as I have bias towards the character over Zantetsu, he doesn't deserve to survive. But I think he's going to be one of those characters who, for some reason, gets a bigger bid than he deserves, ends up surviving over Zantetsu because the creator wants to do something with him in the future.
But what could
I
he
don't
do?
think-
There's room for Zantetsu to grow. Because like you said,
I don't
Zantetsu really isn't showing anything. So if he has something later on, he has a lot of room to develop and grow for more attention, right?
know.
Like,
I would like to make a statement. I think if Zantetsu was going to grow further than he is, being on a team with Loki, someone who's got a better version of his weapon, basically, he would have done a lot more this match. I think
I mean,
Nanase starting to develop ambidexterity, being someone who, bear in mind, I still see a future where if it's not a quadruple link up, at least a triple link up between the three from Team A will happen at some point, in my opinion.
I get
So
that,
it's
but why would he be on the pitch over someone else? That's the argument.
Yeah,
Is like
like
he'd only be on because of
whose
fan
place
service.
is he taking really?
my
Or
thought
like what
process is
position?
right. Let's say here's my thought process on how he ends up getting on the pitch.
Mhm.
Kurona was on the pitch, doing it, being a post player,
Mhm.
and just like the previous chapter where Hiyori got not previous chapter, but previous match where Hiyori got subbed in instead, Kurona gets injured.
Okay.
I could see them subbing on Nanase as a replacement post player.
Okay. I can see that.
Kurona, not Hiyori.
However, I have a question. Do you think he's going to be valued higher than Kiora? Someone who actually contributed an assist and may or may not have something to do with this final play. Like again, it's touch and go. If you like, I predicted he's gonna stay because I think he might have an
I'm,
impact on the final game. I can't tell you exactly what,
my
but I think he might
prediction.
have an impact. But Noah legitimately
Prediction
said Kiora is like a perfect substitute for Corona.
for
So
Kurona. Yes.
if Kiora does survive, not only does that have one more person that Nanase has to go up against in terms of values and staying on the thing, but why would, if assuming they're both on the team, why would you pick Nanase over Kiora, someone who was specifically stated to be a perfect replacement for Corona and has a lot of other skills that he can use?
You raise a very good argument, and I can't argue against it because I see no reason to pick Nanase.
Yeah.
But it's
Like,
just it's more of a gut feeling. Like I reading the story, it feels like something that's going to happen. My belief is not based on this person has the skill to survive. He shouldn't survive, and I can completely acknowledge he shouldn't survive. But just the way that Kanashiro writes this story, I think he has intentions to do more with Nanase in the future. So I don't think we're going to see Nanase leave. And I can understand why you don't see that, because it's a very
yeah,
random opinion I have, and I don't understand why I have it.
yeah.
Plus,
I
also,
don't see it. I don't see it. I think Ikiguri would probably be more likely to have had
no,
development, considering Ikiguri is the author's favorite character. So if
Yeah.
any character was going to survive that
yeah,
shouldn't, it should be him. If Nanase
been
survives, I
Ikiguri.
don't
Yeah,
get it because like if you take a space away for Ikiguri to survive, I get it based off of bias from the author. However, to make Nanase survive over someone like I know Tokimitsu hasn't done a lot, but he has unlimited stamina and insanely strong physique,
I
as
can't
we've
have
seen.
Tokimitsu either though.
I don't have him surviving
no,
either, but having him
I would
over
have to
Zantetsu,
disagree.
someone
I
with
feel like
insane speed,
Nanase.
or Kiora, who has incredible, like some of the best body balance in the
Yeah,
show
no,
that we've
I agree
seen,
with you.
and has unique dribbling weapon and a unique style of passing and shooting. I think that Kiora is highly more valuable than Nanase. Sure, it's not seen in this game, but
No,
if anyone
I
is getting
agree.
subbed on, it's Zantetsu or. But wouldn't it just piss you off a little bit if you're throwing away the potential for all of these characters to have a bigger role in the story with weapons that people really, really want to see and make more sense on a World Cup team than a player who could develop or could have an
Yeah, no,
awakening, even though he's
saying
legitimately quoted to be dog crap.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I'm not saying he should. Once again, I don't think he should. I think it should be Zantetsu Tokumitsu gets eliminated for Kiora, and that's how it
then you
goes.
do agree with me
But
then that he
yes,
shouldn't and likely won't be put on. If he does, it makes no sense. That's the argument I'm making.
the disagreement we have is not that he shouldn't, it's the likely part. I think he likely will survive because I think the author
The
has
author wants it.
intentions for a storyline with him in the future. I don't
I'll make you a
want
deal.
him to, as
I'll make
much
you
as
a
I
deal.
love the character.
If Nanase survives, I'll cash up you $5. If he doesn't survive, you cash at me $5. We'll see.
I don't have Cash App.
Oh,
We'll
true.
super chat then. We'll super chat.
Okay, sure.
It's
Sure.
Cash App's not available in the UK, is it?
I don't think it is, no.
I've not looked it up, but yeah.
At least I've never had it. So, yeah, no, I feel like, yeah, no, I could. Also, another thing is, another point, at least in my opinion, is I don't think Kiora is going to contribute anything to this last play.
Okay.
I mean, my personal theory, what I think should happen, not what I
Mhm.
think will happen, what I think should happen here is Tokumitsu gets eliminated. We also then see Nanase get eliminated, and that last spot would go to Kiora if Kiora contributes something to this last play. Or if Kiora doesn't contribute something to this last play, I could see a member of another team who's already got a bid that's not really done much in the story yet have a moment off screen that allows them to survive. Why would they? I don't know. But they already have a bid, and if they do just as much as Kiora in their match, there is no reason to say they wouldn't survive over Kiora. Like, for example, if Nishioka were to provide an assist during the Manshine match, Nishioka already has a bid. Logically, you can say then Nishioka is just as likely to survive as Kiora.
No, Nishioka is at the bottom of the leaderboard with a 3 million yen bid. That is, if he survives,
Kiora,
that is bullcrap. Unless
Kiora's not
he's
on the
scoring a
board.
hat trick, he is. He is.
Kiora's,
Not
Kiora's
Kiora,
not on the
sorry.
board, though.
Nishioka.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, you're saying Kiora's going to survive based off his assist. If Nishioka does just as good of an assist,
I'm saying
Nishioka's
he's
already on
providing
the
an.
board.
I'm saying the difference is that he's providing an assist to Kaiser, a very central character. When Nishioka, like the only two people who are central are Ryo and Nagi, and they are pretty much not gonna work with. It's gonna be just them getting an awakening. Like Ryo will
Yeah,
likely assist Nagi. Nagi might assist Ryo, but Nishioka, I don't. It doesn't seem like he's going to assist. And if he does, it'll probably be to someone like Chigiri, but that won't give him anything.
okay.
Yura is the
And
main
once
difference because this
again,
is the big final game. This is the big final game. An assist against the strongest team is worth more than an assist against the worst team in the NEL. Like I going like if I assisted a player in them scoring a goal against a team that has gone undefeated versus me assisting another player who scored a goal against a team that has lost every single game, like there's a huge difference in gap. So even if it's still an assist, it's a matter of like the tiers
yeah,
at which the assist was given.
yeah, no, I could see that. I'm just saying, I could see there's a lot that could end up happening still, and I'm still not 100% sure on making sort of guesses because we don't know what's going to happen for this final goal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Again,
Right.
it's
So
it's all speculation.
I mean, when it comes to this, I don't think I get your point, Lexio. But I think it'd be too left field for him to survive at this point. Um, but I had there was a question before, and it was from it was.
I was going to say, I've got to go.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I'm still here unless you plan on
You
ending it.
yeah. If you're still here, we can keep going for a little bit
How
more.
do I leave? Do I just close the thing?
I
Yeah.
closed it and it kicked me off, so that might be how.
Yeah. You probably it will disconnect you if you close it, I think. Yeah. So there was a question from Omni Pepper, and he asked like, what what's been your favorite goal so far? I don't know if he means
Oh,
in this particular match or in the NEL in general.
oh, I'll tell you. All right. In terms of all of NEL, in this match in the NEL, it's the same answer. Kaiser's Magnus goal.
Ooh, yeah.
Kaiser's Magnus goal is my favorite. Very close second is Isuzuki's twin gun volley. I'll
Yeah.
tell you why. When I saw that luck piece surrounded by the thorns and Kaiser had the ball, I
Mm-hmm.
had so many people saying Kaiser's gonna miss, Kaiser's gonna fail, he's gonna turn into a pass to Isagi or to Kunigami or anything like that. I'm the only person I saw on all of social media on my For You page for 2 weeks defending Kaiser and saying he's gonna do it. I was then up all night for leaks to see my boy score with the Magnus, seeing like 8 double spreads from that chapter. I was ecstatic. I lost my mind. I made a video on it the day of. I cranked that out in like 4 hours. I was so ecstatic.
Mm-hmm.
No other feeling from me in this community has gotten me on that kind of a high.
I can't lie. That moment kind of killed me because I was under the impression Isagi was gonna get a hat trick. So that when that went
Oh,
in, oh bro, my heart broke. My heart broke.
I was on Isagi hat trick train for a little bit before, um, after he scored a twin gun volley. But
Mm-hmm.
then I started thinking, like, you know what? I think Loki's gonna score a goal, and I had Loki scoring the final goal for a long time. Be a huge theory to me why I
Yeah.
think Loki was gonna score the final goal. I was like, all right,
See,
you have the rivalry between Rin and Kaiser still. Rin and Isagi still alive. The one between Isagi and Kaiser still alive because no one beats the goal, and it sets Loki as the next big bad and the big villain for the next arc going
yeah.
into the U20 World Cup. Loki would be in that, and they'd play, and Loki's now the next big obstacle before Noah. But now, then I went to Isagi scoring the final goal. And then I came to Ness is going to score the final goal, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah. So for me, my favorite is Isagi's twin gun volley. Only
Such a good goal.
because I'm a bit like Isagi is my favorite player. So anything he does, I rate it highly.
Yeah,
But
he's such a good.
yeah, but yeah, that like I love that moment because it was both mainly because it was both Kaiser and Rin that tried to stop him in that moment. So if say he was able to pull that off without Kaiser and Rin being there, I don't know if it would have the same impact for me personally. But because
Yeah,
Kaiser and Rin both tried to stop him, that's
yeah,
why like I love it so much. Um, but yeah, in terms of this match here, you said that you can see Ness being the one to score,
yeah.
and I said the same thing because of the way things are going for Ness right now.
Hmm.
Um, but personally, the way I want it to go is for Ness to do something amazing
Yeah.
and then not be able to score at the end. You know, like
Mm.
similarly to how Hiyori tried to shoot in Uber's match, and then
Oh,
and
I
then
got
he
you.
didn't score, and then like he almost crashed out in that moment. I'd like the
Okay.
same for Ness, but like I don't know. I can't see him scoring, but I can see him scoring because I think narratively it would make sense, but I just don't think we'll actually get that. I think it will be a Kaiser or Isagi goal, and I'm leaning more towards an Isagi goal because I think we still need Rin to be downtrodden, and we still need Kaiser to have a reason to for Isagi to be relevant to him.
Hmm.
So if Kaiser scores, I can see him. I don't see why he would still acknowledge Isagi, and if Rin scores, obviously his attention will move to Sai, but when is he gonna have a chance to play against Sai? Do you get it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add, to be honest.
Yeah.
All
Right.
right,
So
I got an idea. Why don't you tell me one of your biggest Blue Lock hot takes, and then I'll give you mine, and we'll go back and forth until we want to end the
my
stream or whatever we want to talk about.
so I don't have any like proper wild takes or anything like that. I don't actually have any proper wild takes, but one thing that I'm praying for is for Loki to play in the U20 World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's already an out and out pro, but we've seen it like even here in the Premier League, first team players,
Yeah.
when they're young, they still represent the under 20s if they don't get into the senior team. Although Loki, I'm pretty sure he's a senior
Yeah.
international, but I just pray for him to play in the U20 World Cup and for him to be the one to defeat Japan in the end.
I got you. I would like for them to beat him, and them winning the World Cup is what makes Sai come to play for the final one.
Mm,
That's where I think they'll have the Isagi and Sai team up, maybe. Actually, no, I've said that Isagi and Sai's team up will be Isagi winning the NEL, and as a
mm,
reward, because there's going to be like 40 between 40 and 50 days left,
yeah,
Isagi will then go to Spain because the winner of the NEL was granted access to a training camp by Real.
really,
And I think the next arc is going to be kind of like how they did Haikyuu with Kageyama going to the training camp.
yeah,
Um, Isagi's gonna go there, and Kaiser's also gonna go there. And now Isagi's going to have to face Kaiser as opposing strikers. So now they're competing for goals, but now
mhm,
they're competing against each other. And now Isagi has to find a way to individually compete against someone like Kaiser. And with Sai there, he has now extra support of like, okay, I will help you develop because you are someone I believe will change Japan.
mhm,
And what I think is going to happen is I think this goes into a whole story, or a whole theory of what I think about Ray Dark.
yeah.
Um, I think that Ray Dark was the one to crush Sai's dream. The
Really,
guy who recruited, because it's not coincidence
uh,
that the
uh,
same guy who recruited Kaiser into football
Kaiser.
is the same guy who is the only person who can give both Sai and Kaiser their titles of New Generation 11.
Oh, do you
And I
think he's the one that does it?
Yeah, it's if you look up New Gen 11, it has to be selected by the president of the International Football Association, which is currently
Ah,
Ray Dark. So
okay.
what I think happened was when Sai went to Spain, he went as a striker. However, Ray Dark was there and he scouted him like, listen, I've seen your plays, I've seen what you do. You were not fit to be a striker. You are more fit to be a midfielder. And it makes sense because every time we see Sai, aside from the backstory with Rain and in the U20 game, Sai has never scored a goal. He has always passed to people. Outside of those two moments, when Sai is claimed to be a striker, he has never once scored a goal. Right?
Okay. What? No? Are you sure?
I went through it. He has never scored a goal outside of the U20 game and his backstory with Rain, where they had their rematch or when they had their matchup.
Really?
He has never scored a goal. He's always passed to Rain or passed to someone else. When we first begin the backstory, Sai is intending to pass to someone, which Rain then intercepts and scores. But he was passing to someone. He didn't shoot. He passed. And I think Ray Dark, because Sai's been on the news, he's been in the newspaper. I'm pretty sure Ray Dark would be like, listen, I've seen what you do. I know how you play, and I do not think you're fit to be a striker. You are fit to be a midfielder. Sai obviously challenges this, and he's like, no, I am a striker. He's like, fine, prove it. You're gonna 1v1 against actual strikers. The same way that he challenged Rain. If you lose, you will become a midfielder. And it kind of calls out to like Aoishi, the other soccer, very popular soccer manga, where
Mm-hmm.
um what Fukuda, I think his name is. I'm not that far into it. I'm like 14 episodes in the anime.
Yeah.
Fukuda, the coach, he tells Ashito become a defender. And he says, you will not play unless you are a defender. That's the offer. And Sai accepts and he loses over and over and over again. And for the
Mm.
rest of the time he's at Real, he will never spend time as a
As a
striker.
striker.
Eventually he gives up on his dream.
Yeah.
And I
Cause
think
but
what's gonna happen. but hear me out on this one because
Yeah, go
or
on.
here actually here go continue. I'll adjust the point after.
No, no, because I was gonna say, Rin said that he's seen Sai score though for Real.
Yeah, but we never saw it. We never saw him score a goal. He
Mm,
says he saw him score, but that was 3 years before. No, it was a year before, but we don't know how often Reen sees the games or how often they're allowed to see the games,
mm,
right?
okay.
The whole thing is
Sorry,
after what's up?
I'm a bit distracted. My bad.
No, you're good.
Keep
Like,
going.
yeah. So, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah. So Isagi goes to Spain, and the
Mm-hmm.
challenge for Isagi there is that he is challenged by Ray Dark himself with the same proposal that he gave Sai. Says you were not cut out to be a striker. Isagi obviously is going to
Yeah,
defend this,
yeah.
and he's like, "Fine, prove it. I want you to prove you're the best striker in the world, facing off against the best striker of the next generation that I personally handpicked, that being Kaiser. So
Mm-hmm.
he's going to face off against Kaiser. Sai, recognizing Isagi as a striker who could change Japan, he is going to support Isagi and be like, listen, I know what you're capable of. He might not, but I know what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to beat Kaiser, and I'm going to help. That's where the team up is going to be.
Yeah.
And I think Isagi and Sai are going to team up that way. And I think it calls back to Sai's backstory, and it gives us some hindsight into that backstory. It brings Ray Dark back into the story,
Mm-hmm.
as relevant, and it gives Kaiser a reason because he's going to Real too. We get to see him in Real. We get to see Sai. We get to see Isagi go
Ooh.
there, and it's a nice training arc for him.
So you reckon Kaiser's gonna accept the offer?
Yeah.
Because I thought now that he's evolved, he's gonna stick it out and try to get over Noel Noah at this point.
I think Kaiser knows he can't grow there anymore because,
Mm,
like, he even says, "When you're ready to challenge me." So Kaiser's going to go out and try and develop.
mm.
Like the exact line. I know. I'll pull up the exact. It's 281, I think, where he says it. 281. Because
Okay,
like
because
that's when the free kick is. No,
my
that's no.
impressions, my
289
impressions
or
were
something.
always that now that Kaiser's developed and he's evolved, he's gonna now challenge Noel Noah at Bayern, at Bastard.
Yeah.
Um, but that's completely new. I would actually love that. I'd love to see the whole Real the whole Real thing. So is Sai playing for the youth setup still?
What do you mean? Like for the he's not gonna
It,
play for the U20 World Cup. No, I don't think he will.
Really? No, 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 no. I mean at Real, is he playing for the
Yeah,
youth or is he playing
he's playing for the
for the
youth
first team?
currently. He was waiting until he's 18 to go pro in Spain.
Yeah, yeah.
That was what he's doing. However, the theory now is that because he just turned 18 like a month ago in series, I
Hmm.
think he's gonna come back and he's gonna help train Isagi.
Okay.
And I think it'd be nice because we get to see more of development in Spain, get more side backstory, more of Kaiser now trying to improve himself. Because, like, literally, the dialogue says, in the future, after I settle things with him, Noah saying, referencing Loki, come and try to surpass me, Kaiser. I want to fight someone even stronger.
Hmm.
And Kaiser himself knows he can't get any stronger on Bastard Mention because it's Noah's team. Whether or not Noah was trying to encourage Kaiser or not, Kaiser knows he cannot develop any more there. So taking the Real offer lets him go evolve in a new country that he can train in, getting him to that level. And because
Yeah.
Isagi has size support, he's able to compete on that even level as an individual. Which I think is which I think is what's going to happen.
Hmm.
I think it's a solid theory. I think it's interesting. I think that the reason he um won't uh play for the U20 World Cup, mostly because I think, despite him saying that him training Isagi, I still don't believe that he would consider the Japan to have changed until they win the World Cup, until they win the U20 World Cup, and then Sai would come back to play.
Okay.
That's what I see happening.
Okay. I was cause me, I was under the impression that Sai would be a wild card in the U20 World Cup. I was under the impression we've got 23 players, but I'm pretty sure like regulation allows you to take 24 if I'm not mistaken. But 23 players going through to the World Cup. I thought once they get there, all of a sudden, oh yeah, by the way, Sai's gonna be joining us. That's what I thought was gonna happen. And so you reckon we're not going straight to the U20 World Cup after
No.
this arc?
I mean, we're gonna have 50 days after the NEL. The same amount of time we've spent in the NEL is how much time we have till the World Cup begins.
Mm,
And they're not gonna just cut like 6 weeks
yeah.
into the future.
I mean, you know, ego. You might have them just training physicals
Yeah,
for 6
that's what I'm
weeks.
saying. Like, okay, I'll tell you why I think Isagi. I'll tell you why. So I got this from one of my fans on my channel. They gave me the idea. Said, what if the winner of the NEL has a reward for winning? I'm like, oh my god, this could be it. Because I've always predicted prior to this theory that after this we're gonna have a blue lock match off. So
Hmm.
because there's 23, there's enough for 2 11 teams because we have 2 goalkeepers. So they're
Yeah,
gonna have teams assigned for each other and they're gonna face each other. However, that left one person that I always thought might be a substitution in case someone gets injured.
yeah,
However, with 11 on 11, they can hone their formations because they all now evolved. It's very similar to the second selection in this regard, where they're training and they're mastering the chemical reactions of their brand new styles, right?
yeah.
That one person always stimulating, I guess they'll be a sub or something. But if that one person is Isagi, he wouldn't be there, making it 22 players. 11 on 11 there, they can play against each other, right?
Yeah,
With even teams, with Isagi in Spain training because he's the number one, you'd want your number one player to be the best possible to lead your World Cup team into winning the whole entire competition.
hmm,
And I don't say 23 because I say there's only be 23 total because for the U20 game, which is a supposed to be an exhibition under 20 match,
hmm.
there was only 23 players total
Okay,
because there was only 12 people on the bench. Why
okay.
would they have 12 people on the bench if you're going to bring Sai back and make 24 teams total? You might as well have just had 13.
Yeah. I mean, but what
There's
if
more evidence to say
Nishioka
there's
gets
going to
gets
be
in?
just 23 than there is to say there's 24.
What if Nishioka gets injured again?
Oh, he's not making it to begin with.
You
He's
you
not
don't
making it to
reckon?
begin with.
I reckon he's making it.
No. Why would he? He has not been shown to do anything. All we have is his reputation, which again is just saying reputation can't take you so far when he hasn't done anything of value in the stories. We haven't seen him. Sure, he has this huge reputation. Ishikari is the tallest high schooler, but they picked Audio. Like you can have these reputations and go nowhere.
Mm. Yeah, man. Yeah, I actually, I don't know. It was a pipe dream, but I was hoping Sai would be playing in this in these World Cups. But if we get a Real arc, man, I'm all for it. To be honest, I'm all for it. I
Like, would a
really,
rail arc not be good because we get to expand more on Kaiser developing without Ness on a new team in a new country in the same way that Isagi's there, but also to
but
go challenge the World Cup? We'd
but
get
do you?
more Sai, more Ray Dark potentially, and a Sai backstory.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Like,
But do you think Kaiser will develop better with if Isagi's there? Because I reckon he needs to go
I
away
think
and
they've
have
now
his own
reached the
time.
point where the relationship is like they can still work together. Now I want to see them face each other.
Mm,
Because they've been competing with each other as rivals, but they've been on the exact same team. So it's
yeah,
led Bastard Mention to being divided up until this very point where they began working together. I want to see them be on two unified teams opposing each other. Who is the better striker that can lead the team? If Izagi can't lead his team to victory against Kaiser, how does he hope to win it, lead his team to victory in the World Cup like he said he was going to?
yeah, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. To be fair,
Yeah, that's what I think. But
to be fair, either way, I would love that because I do want to see the interaction between Sai and Isagi. Um, although I do think it'll be more interested if Rin was about. Without Rin being about, I don't know if it's gonna be anything. If it's gonna be anything significant, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think Wolverine would be at Blue Lock with like would be back at Blue Lock being still training. Like all the Blue Lockers would still be training, but it's like it's a whole thing of like Isagi won, therefore he gets the pass of going to Spain, but that also gives Rin a reason to like continue training. Like Isagi
Mm.
stole the chance for Rin to go train with Sai on an even level now. And now that
Wow.
Isagi's going, Sai knows that Rin wasn't enough to beat Isagi, and
Wow.
that's more reason for him to keep training and developing, so he can be that person.
But see, that's predicated on Isagi winning. So
Yeah, again,
if
that's if that's if Isagi wins.
yeah, if Ness gets the goal, Isagi won't win.
No, I think he still will. Isagi will beat
Really?
Rin in value.
Cause Rin got a goal and he's already ahead of him.
hmm However, you need to understand what the goal meant. There's so many things I love talking about because there's
Mm,
so many intricates that you need to think about when it comes to who's gonna win and why I think Isagi will. So
go on.
while Rin does have like a 48 million yen lead against Isagi, the goal that Rin scored is more of a hindrance to him than anything.
Mm-hmm.
When Rin entered his flow state for the first time and he had a chance to score, he stopped himself from doing so. He said, "This is not enough for me. I'm restarting my play." Which,
Mm-hmm.
as a club owner, you're seeing from their perspective, your team is down. Your team is down. You have a chance to tie the game and potentially win the entire thing if you scored one more goal afterwards. Your star player says, "Nah, I'm not about that," and doesn't take the shot that would tie you guys up and potentially risk the owner of the club a lot of money.
Mm,
Like, they're not gonna do that. So
yeah.
while he did score a goal in the process, that
Yeah.
goal was never confirmed. He gave up on a goal scoring opportunity
Yeah. No, I
for the
hear that.
chance he could
Like
again.
if any proper footballing organization saw that, they would be turned off straight away.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
And
know.
while Isagi's goal surpassed what he already could be able to do because he created something brand new that's already going
Mm-hmm.
to shoot his value up really high, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the fact of fan service. At the beginning of the NEL, we learned how big of an impact fan service can have because it was literally in Noah's contract
Mm.
that he had to
Have
play
to play
Isagi for a
Isagi,
game.
yeah.
And in chapter 241, the news outlets and all of the online media was literally saying how if Kaiser and Isagi teamed up, they would be the strongest duo in the world.
Mm.
Right?
True.
He literally says, ideally he'd be along the top. He'd be at the top along with Michael Kaiser. Right now, they're still showing signs of mental immaturity when it comes to their coordination. But if they can understand and respect each other, it's possible that they would become the world's strongest duo. And they're
Mm.
now doing that. They're now working together as equals to scoring a goal. That is leaning into the fan service of the community that's going to make the entire soccer world blow up because now that they're working together, those two players are considered to be the two strongest new U20 players
Yeah.
in that regard by the community in the world. So of course they're going to put a big value on Isagi's head because they want him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, while Rin may be better than Isagi in terms of individual stuff, his performance this game has been better than he has throughout the rest of the NEL, and he's got fan service on his side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Whether
you're
you want to
right.
say Rin's doing better or not, Isagi is doing the best he has in the NEL this
No.
game, and he has the entire world on his side. We saw how much Nagi's best goal of the century did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
According
you're
to the
right.
media, the best goal of the century shot him up 88 million.
You're right. And I didn't actually take into consideration that Isagi has outperformed Rin so far
Yeah, like Rin's
in the
offensive plays
game.
have been stuck mostly to defense.
Yeah.
And while
Yeah.
Isagi's has too, he mostly plays as an attacking midfielder, which is kind of his. He's still a midfielder. He's still going to come back and play defense
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, of
And
course.
Rina stopped Kaiser, sure, but Izagi has stopped Rin. Izagi has stopped him more times than I can count right now. Like he's putting up numbers that show that he could get a higher bid value,
Yeah.
and that's why I think he's going to get 275 million. That's what I think.
Ooh.
I think Green will get 250, Isagi 275. Not put him at where Kaiser is, but just
Yeah,
below.
not quite where Kaiser is.
Because if you
But
put him
but
on a team,
but Kaiser's
Isagi is
already on
easily new Gen
300.
11 level.
So
Isagi's worthy
Kaiser
of
has
this
to
stuff.
go up as well though, because he just showed off the Magnus shot.
Yeah, I think he'll go up to 350.
Okay.
Lorenzo's values have been deadly accurate, and he says he's gonna
Yeah.
get 500 million. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think he'll go up 50 million. I think
Yeah.
he'll go up to 50, 350 for Kaiser. Like, especially now that he's working with people and he's developing, and even Noah acknowledges that he is that aside from Loki, he is the closest person to rivaling him. He's definitely
Okay.
getting a value. And I think going to the strongest club in the world is going to do that. Same thing for Isagi. And I think that's why they're going to go to Spain next arc.
Okay. I've learned
Those are my
something new
thoughts.
today, man. I've never actually gone that deep and that far ahead. Like me,
I'm
when it
taking
comes
so
to
many classes from my college that help me with YouTube and with analyzing. I'm
uh-huh.
literally taking a rhetorical criticism class on how to analyze dialogue.
Okay.
Like, I'm taking and I took video editing classes, I took animation classes, I took graphic art classes, all for my YouTube career and my analysis. And
Mhm.
it is I've gone up 2.7K in the last month because of these changes I've implemented.
Really?
Like, yeah, like I just hit 9K, but last month I was like just hitting 6K. Like,
That's ridiculous.
the analysis goes crazy when you go through and you like read between the lines. Like, wow, the impact on these things are more than it may seem, and it could
Y-
lead to the influence of the story. It's such a fun thing to do too.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can tell you enjoy it, man. I can tell. And
So
I'm
much fun.
like me, I just enjoy the story. Like I first of all,
Oh yeah,
I love football. So like football is my favorite sport in real life to play,
same here. I'll
and
tell you that. I'm with
it's
you on that.
my favorite sport to watch. My team is Arsenal here in the UK.
Yeah, I got you.
Um,
I'm gonna be honest. I actually don't watch football.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't. Me,
Yeah,
when I was younger, I used to I still watch football, but I used to enjoy playing way more than I used to
yeah,
enjoy watching.
yeah. I
Funny
used
thing
to
is,
play. I used to play for my team. It's such a rush to
mm-hmm,
play. Like, I used to play as a winger. So I would be
okay,
sprinting up and down the field because I was fast. I have
okay,
long legs and I have long strides, so I was fast. I love to play winger. It was such a rush.
yeah. So similar to me, but so this is my story. I
Yeah.
started out, so I, I don't know how school is done over in the US, but here in the UK we have primary school, which is like from 5 years old up until 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, we have elementary, same kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then after that we have secondary school, which is from like 11 years old up until you leave, so 17,
Yeah,
18.
so we do middle school, so we go from we do a 3-year thing.
Okay.
So it's like K through 5 is like 5 years old to like 11, 12.
Uh-huh.
Middle school is like 12 to like 14, and
Okay.
then high school is like 15 to 18.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we've condensed middle school and high school on in
Yeah.
one. Um,
Yeah.
but what so in when I was in primary school, so elementary, I used to
Mhm.
play as a defender on the school team.
Really?
So yeah, so I love defending. I just love slide tackling. I love being rough.
Oh
Then
yeah.
when I got into secondary school, that's when I actually started playing football, not just for the school team, but for local teams, Sunday league. So
Ooh.
so when I started playing in secondary school, I got moved up to become a winger. So I
Okay.
used to score goals, and I used to just use I didn't use my brain when I used to play. I used to play off instinct and off talent. That was it. Like I I kid you not, I could play a game on a Sunday, get home half an hour later, and I can't recall anything of the game. Like it's like nothing. I can't recall anything of the game. I've played the game. I could have even scored a goal, but I can't tell you play by play what happened in the game because I'd never used to think on the pitch. It's only when I got into uni, so when I after 18, we go uni. It's college for you guys. Um,
Yeah.
so when I got into uni, I started playing. I was playing football pretty much like every day in uni, like
Oh yeah.
4 or 5 days a week. I was playing football. I was playing for a team whilst I was at uni, and I was playing Sunday league at the same time. So I was playing 2 times a week, 11 aside, and then in between all that, I was playing 5 aside football. And when I got into uni, I moved into the center mid,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I realized I've been playing the game wrong the whole time. I wasn't using my brain. I wasn't thinking whilst I was playing, and that's when I started thinking, started studying football, being an actual football student,
Oh
and
yeah.
then from then my whole eyes just opened up, bro. I
Yeah.
love the center mid position. I
I'm the
love it. Like,
opposite. Like I still didn't think when I played. Like my entire thing was get the ball. I think that's why I love Chickadee so much. Is
mm-hmm.
because when I was a kid, I was fast, and despite being right-footed dominant, I always loved to shoot from pretty much the same spot he does.
Oh, really?
Like, I'd take the ball, I would run as soon as I got to like I would put my specific shooting spot would be legitimately 1 foot to the right of on the goal line of
Mm,
the left corner. That
yeah.
would be exactly where I sat, and I would shoot from right there every time and hit dingers to the opposite corner every time. Put me
Okay.
anywhere else, I'm missing. I'm missing it
Okay.
every time. But I would always love running and shooting there. And then I actually then I started playing goalkeeper because
Goalkeeper.
oh yeah,
Wow. Okay.
because
Goalkeeper.
uh oh yeah, I'm here. This is me, Sphinx. It's Arrow here. But yeah, then I started playing goalkeeper because I really fucked with just blocking shit. It was fun and bop bop, and I would switch between the two if I got like I would mostly act as a sub keeper. So if our main goalkeeper didn't want to play
Yeah.
goalkeeper, or I wanted to take it, or he wanted to play up, then I would sub in for him. But I just love to run. Like I'm decently
Okay.
fast. I love to run, but I never really get the chance anymore. So doing blue lock stuff kind of gives me that same. It gives me the same high of like when I got to play because I'm seeing all these people play.
What's up, Sphinx?
What's up, Sphinx? How you doing, man?
Yeah, not for me. Like, I started actually thinking on the pitch, which actually slowed my game down a lot. So like, I used to like I said, I used to play on instinct. I used to play on the wing as well. So just like you, just get the ball, bomb down the wing. And that's it. And when I started playing in centre mid, I stopped. I stopped sprinting. Like literally, I stopped sprinting. I started jogging everywhere because the first time I played in centre mid, I sprinted everywhere, and when I got home, my dad had to hold both my legs up in the air to stretch them out because I cramped on both my legs at the
Ooh,
same time. It was crazy. It was painful, and
that's
I
horrible.
realized, yeah, you're not doing it right. So I had to start thinking more on the pitch, being in better positions, and analyzing better. So like all this stuff it's one of the reasons why I love Blue Lock, and it's probably why I'll probably love what is it Awashi.
Orishi? How
Yeah,
do you pronounce it? I have no
I,
idea.
I
I
I don't
never.
know either.
I've heard so many different pronunciations, and none of them sound right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's one I'm looking forward to watching. My younger brother, he watches it. I seen him watching it last year. Um,
It's honestly, it's a little overhyped. I'm gonna
is
be
it
honest. It's a little
okay?
like okay, I've seen like I'm going off of the manga too. I've seen the latest manga chapters because they pop because I get Blue Lock stuff, so I'll get Oishi stuff too because it's
Mm-hmm.
soccer manga, and the art really doesn't compare.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
Blue Lock art is goated, bro. So you draw, I draw, and I love Blue Locks art. I've even tried to shift my art styles
yeah,
to sort of match that. I can't quite get it. Like noses and stuff, it always throws me off. But I love Blue Locks art, and
oh yeah,
I just wish I could draw as dynamic as it's Nomura that draws in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wish I
Kaneshiro
could.
does the story, and
Yeah,
Nomura does.
so I just wish I could draw dynamic poses like he does. One of my issues right now with my art is very stiff, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it more dynamic.
I've converted from less actual drawing to straight up coloring. I love coloring.
Oh, same, same. That's ever since
Like
Blue Lock came out, bro. That I started coloring. I never used to color panels before, but I love it
like
now.
I thought my stuff was fine, and then I talked to because I don't know if you know, we're making a Blue Lock movie, and
Oh yeah, no, bro, I watch your content,
oh,
so I know all that.
but like our animation director, he's really good at compositing.
hmm
So I said, "Hey, would you be down to just do this for a thumbnail?" I did it for my rank, like my 23 ranking. He did that thumbnail,
Okay, okay.
and this is the one he just did for me.
Let
Ignore
me see.
the link. That's the one for tomorrow. I know you guys can't see it on stream, but the thumbnail. I don't know if you see it. I just sent it to your message. That's what
Oh
he
yeah,
just
yeah,
did for me
yeah, yeah. I
tomorrow.
see it. I see it. I see
So
it.
like I'll go over and I'll draw like the character,
Yeah,
but then he'll do all the coloring for me. But like I
yeah,
love doing the coloring for like manga panels and stuff. It's so much fun.
yeah.
It's so much fun. Yeah. Let's do like a couple more questions and I'm gonna head out just because I haven't eaten dinner yet and I'm starving.
Yeah, man, and I think we've only got 10 minutes left with because I've not paid for the software yet. I wanted
Yeah,
to
next
I
time,
wanted to
highly
test
recommend
it,
using Streamlabs. Streamlabs is free. You can go for as
bro.
long as you
I
want. Like,
I literally checked it now, and yeah, they've got the free version, but the free version doesn't have like a lot of features. I need to actually try it out properly, but I like the layout, the look and layout of this on my screen, like with all the controls and stuff. I need
like
to
I'll
see
tell,
if
like it's
Streamlabs
not
is,
bad.
yeah. I need to see if Streamlabs is the same, but I've checked and I wasn't bugging about the pricing. It's literally telling me it's £19 a week, so it comes up to like 44. Well, not pounds, dollars. It comes up to $44 for the month.
Really, I never
Yeah,
have that. I pay like 15 maybe.
yeah. I think what you've got like an early, like maybe you got an early package, so like
Maybe.
so like your pricing is probably locked at that.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think I use the premium like that much for anything. Like here,
Mm.
memberships. Let me see memberships
Cause,
here.
cause, 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 from what I've seen so far, cause I've, I've,
No, it's
I've
yeah, right
tried it
here.
out.
On February 6th, you'll be charged $19 for 1 month of Streamlabs Ultra. Like I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
So, but
Ultra
I've
benefits,
literally,
video
one sec.
editing.
I took a little.
You're gonna. I'm going through this stuff. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause,
you can stream for as long as you want without you. The only thing you really get is like streaming on mobile, stream from your console to Twitch without a desktop. Like you can do that.
mm,
Um, like I use the thing because I get a bunch of people on, but like for something like this, like what we're doing here, you could
yeah,
just use the basic stuff. I think.
yeah. Right now, my plan was to do like a backdrop, like I was gonna draw like a locker room,
Yeah.
um, cause that's why I want to name it, the locker room.
Are you good with backgrounds?
No, I'm not. It's something I'm trying to work on right now.
Got you.
Um, I'm no good with backgrounds. I've literally all I've done is draw characters so far. Um,
I got you.
Backgrounds is something bro. I've tried my hand at. Yeah, man, it's long. It's long.
No, yeah, I
Um,
got you.
but I'm gonna try and draw a locker room. Um, for the backdrop of this. I did want to do more stuff, but literally, I kid you not, I did check Streamlight prices. One sec, I'm gonna check them again right now, and I don't. Maybe it's because I'm in the UK or
Yeah.
something that the
Yeah, nineteen
pricing is
dollars
different.
a month, equivalent to 228 a year, or the annual plan where you pay 149 a year.
Yeah, see, that sounds hella cheap. One sec. 149 sounds hella cheap compared to what I see.
I've been using this since March, so I've been almost using this stuff for a year.
Yeah, so
I use it for recording myself, my webcam, all this stuff. Like I highly recommend it. Like for 20
so
bucks, it's everything. I use it every day. I use
so
it all
I
every day.
think you might be on a different pricing package, unless I've been looking at the wrong thing.
Share me here. Are you like here?
Yeah.
When we end
Um.
this stream, you can share me your screen and I'll look through it with you.
Yeah. One sec.
Yeah.
If it lets me, because I think that's a premium a premium feature. Because I see it here.
Plans and pricing. I'm looking at this here. The free version, you get Talk Studio, 4-hour streaming and recording limit. So it's 4 hours. It ain't bad. Stream to one destination. Okay, you can have one guest, co-host, add one teammate, 3-day recording storage, accepting tips, real-time alerts. The build monthly for me right here. I'm looking at it's $9 a month.
Okay, one sec. Let me. I'm trying to.
Unless I'm looking at no, I'm looking at Talk Studio. I'm looking at
If my iPad
Streamlabs
would
cost
respond right now.
Ultra entirely optional upgrade. Streamlabs Ultra is $27 a month.
In fact, I've got my phone. Let me go on here.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off the stream because I gotta get something to eat real quick. I'm starving. But yeah, thank you guys for all tuning
Bro.
to a stream. It's up to this guy. Totally do it.
Yeah.
If you don't,
Do you know what? Do you know what it is?
Hmm.
I'm looking at StreamYard rather than Streamlabs.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, it's Streamlabs. I can send you the thing to it. It's really good. I use it all the time.
Yeah, but Aero man, I'm so happy you agreed to join me today, bro.
No problem, man. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
It's been sick for me.
Yeah.
And hopefully like we plan on doing more. So
Man, let me
hope
know.
to see
I'm
you
free
again.
pretty much,
Yeah,
except for
yeah.
Tuesdays and sometimes Thursdays because that's when I do most of my schoolwork. I'm pretty much free every other time because I'm usually working on videos. So I'm
Yeah.
usually in here on my computer or on my iPad doing my stuff. So that's usually where I'm at.
No worries, but like I love speaking with you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love speaking with all you guys, and hopefully the guys in the chat enjoyed. I know there's been some craziness in there, and
Oh,
something
yeah.
we're gonna have to sort out. So, but yeah, man. Um, let the people know where they can find you. I'm sure most of them already know, but go
Yeah,
on.
you can just find me through YouTube or TikTok under the name Aerosassassin AEROSASSAIN.
Yep.
Um,
And let me take this off so that it should appear here. Yep.
like you can if you can find me there.
Yeah, bro. Guys, check out his stuff. I'm sure most of you are already doing it, but man, this guy pumps out content, pumps out blue lock
I'm trying to
content,
make
and
it
it's
2 videos a week. Sometimes I go 3 if we have chapter,
yeah,
but usually it's sometimes 2 videos. It's at least 2 videos a week, but we have uploads 9 a.m. Every time I post. So it's usually Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sundays are exclusively chapter videos. So expect stuff then.
yeah.
And then if like the leaks get delayed, if whenever leaks drop, expect a chapter video from me the day after. So you'll
Okay.
get videos on that right after, and then videos consistently Saturdays and sometimes on Wednesdays. Becoming more likely I do them on Wednesdays, but Wednesdays are really hard for me to crank stuff out because I have to
Okay.
work on. I have streams. I do streams on Sunday, and then I go to I have one day before I have to go to class and do schoolwork on Tuesday, so I crank stuff out, but I try my best. So I hope you guys enjoy the content. But only do that if you guys follow Raito here. All right, he needs stuff. Get him. Come on, let's get him. Let's get him to 1,000. Let's get him to 1,000. All right, come on, like let's make it happen. It's
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But
oh yeah.
anyways, thank you so much, guys. We'll
Yeah,
see
we'll
you
see you
next
next week.
time. Take care and God bless.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Thank you guys.